When police entered the Indianapolis apartment of 33-year-old Chantel Gardner, they were met with a scene of horror. Inside, they found the lifeless body of her 2-year-old daughter, Skylar Gardner, stuffed beneath a dresser, her tiny frame covered in bruises, wounds, and signs of extreme neglect. The stench of rotting food and human waste filled the air, painting a grim picture of what had been happening behind closed doors. Neighbors had heard cries for help, but no one imagined the horror that was unfolding. Why was this child left to suffer? Where was her mother when she needed her most? Now, as the shocking details come to light, one question lingers. Could Skylar's death have been prevented?
We're the only ones in this society, adults, that can be the advocate for these children, to have a voice. This life deserved to have fulfilled who knows how old and lived a wonderful life, brought brightness into everyone's lives.
On the morning of January 20th, 2025, Indianapolis police officers responded to a disturbing call from the 6300 block of Newberry Road. What they found inside the apartment would haunt them forever. Lying under a dresser, wrapped in a blanket, was the body of 2-year-old Skylar Gardner. But this wasn't just a case of an unattended death, it was something far worse. Skylar's small body bore severe bruising across her face, arms, legs, back, and even her genitals. A puncture wound on her neck hinted at foul play, while the entire apartment reeked of decay, filth, and human waste. Please subscribe to our channel and make comments about what you think of our videos. Investigators soon discovered that Skylar and her 4-year-old brother had been left alone for extended periods, sometimes overnight, while their mother was out with her boyfriend. She admitted to feeding them just once a day, leaving them to fend for themselves in an environment described as unlivable. The details were unimaginable, and yet, the worst was yet to come. During questioning, Chantel Gardner showed little emotion, but her statements painted a disturbing picture of neglect. She admitted that she frequently left her children alone to spend nights at her boyfriend's house, often returning to check on them only once a day. Her 4-year-old son, found alive in the apartment, had witnessed the abuse his sister endured. When asked about Skylar, he chillingly told investigators, "Mommy hit her. Mommy hurt her." The boy's testimony shattered any doubts. Skylar hadn't just died from neglect. She had suffered. As authorities pieced together the evidence, it became clear that this wasn't just child neglect. It was murder.
Clearly, the state has a good case to show that she was neglect of a dependent. The law doesn't specify a specific age because the law doesn't want to specify an age. In this situation, you have a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old. Clearly, they're not able to stay by themselves.
At first, Gardner was charged with neglect of a dependent resulting in death. But as the investigation unfolded and evidence of physical abuse surfaced, prosecutors upgraded her charges to murder.
So in neglect of a dependent, you don't have to show that she intentionally tried to harm them. She just put them in a situation that it risked their lives.
Please subscribe to our channel and make comments about what you think of our videos. She is currently being held in the Marion County jail without bond, facing a future that could see her behind bars for the rest of her life. Authorities are also investigating Gardner's boyfriend, though his role in the case remains unclear. If it is determined that he played a part in Skylar's suffering, more arrests may follow. The tragedy has shaken Indianapolis, with many questioning how such horror could happen in their own backyard. Neighbors have reported hearing cries from the apartment in the past, but had no idea how bad things had become. Child advocacy groups are now calling for stronger interventions in cases of suspected abuse, hoping that no more children suffer the fate that Skylar did.
Please reach out to 911, contact the police. We will get you resources. It's not criminal to ask for help, and we want you to do so.
A vigil was held in Skylar's memory, with candles lighting the night in honor of a life lost far too soon. One attendee tearfully said, "She was just a baby. She deserved love, not this." As Chantel Gardner faces murder charges, her surviving 4-year-old son has been placed in protective custody. Authorities are now ensuring that he receives the care and support he needs after experiencing such unimaginable trauma. The case serves as a heartbreaking reminder of the dangers of child neglect and abuse, and a call to action for communities to speak up before it's too late. For Skylar Gardner, justice may be coming. But for those who knew her, the pain of what could have been will never fade. Please subscribe to our channel and make comments about what you think of our videos.